Alright, so today we're going to talk about troubleshooting problem areas, which there will be if you're pushing the limits of your ability. So, say you guys are working a combination that's new, it's technical, edge of your ability, everything's going smoothly, but something feels off. The same thing kind of feels off every time. You can't get one thing to work. So, this is the process how we go about fixing that. Before we go any further, I want to say big thanks to Ido Portal for the language surrounding this concept. It's been really helpful for me to clarify it for myself, and also so that I have a precise language that I can pass it on to other people. This is how this works. We're going to isolate the problem area, and you're going to work just that till it feels smooth. Then you're going to integrate it into a longer form combination, one that's predetermined, sort of like a kata or a mitt combination. And you're going to go back and forth between isolation and integration, until we become so good at it that we can use it in a spontaneous fashion, no matter what the combination is. To help clarify this process a little bit for you guys, I'm going to use my student Little Stevie here. We recently used this process to troubleshoot some of his problem areas. We were working an angle off his lead hook, where he slips and steps at the same time and then pivots off. Here are a few examples of what his combination looked like before we went back and addressed his problem area. As you can see, he's having trouble stepping while he slips. Instead, he slips, keeping his front foot there, then he pivots his back foot, and then last he moves his front foot. So here's where we take it apart and have him work just that problem area.
Steps with the drop of that shoulder.
Once we've pulled it apart and he's able to work just that move, it's looking much smoother. So now we can start the integration process, which in this case means adding in the left hook to start with.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's starting to feel good? Yeah. All right, let's see everything.
So at this point, you're going to see a little frustration build up, because as soon as we go back to training everything all at once, he goes right back to his old habits. This is very common when you start integrating this into longer form combinations and you add all those things back in that you need to think about. This happens a lot, so be patient with yourself and you'll get through it. As you watch him, you'll kind of watch the process that he takes to get through it himself, and the last few that he throws start to look really, really good. So his job now is to train this enough to where it becomes just a part of how he moves, and he can use it improvisationally without thinking about it. And only then will it become a very useful part of his overall game. So that's training to move from isolation to integration to improvisation. If you like this, found it useful, thought you got an interesting nugget of information, please remember to like and subscribe.